Hey yo, YG Guna. You know how we do, baby. Look, we're gonna go back into Manor Lords. Is look, I haven't uploaded episode 4, and there's a reason for that. There's been a new update, New Year's coming up, and I want to change some stuff for the channel, so y'all bear with me. I'm gonna do like a channel update video in the next couple of days and whatnot, and yeah, man, like bun all of that. Let's bun all of that. Let's get into the Manor updates. So it's a map update and there's other updates as well. I have not watched this video. This video is by Tacticat. And if y'all don't know, if y'all play Manor and y'all don't know Tacticat, I'm gonna put his description down below. But this man is like, for me, when I first started playing the game, I was just doing things. Then I listened to these videos. Then I was doing a lot of things. You get me? And after a little bit of like experimenting and playing, I was doing. It was a long time I was playing the game, and it's been a long time. But I've been popping, I've been locking, doing a lot of things. But basically, all I'm saying is that like watching his videos, I learned a lot about the game. And for me personally, I like to read patch notes and all that stuff. But I like people that have expansive knowledge on the game and the UI to explain it to me, so I have a better understanding. And I just think that he's really good at that. So let's get into it. Let's get into it.
Do it. New maps. So there are 3 maps. This is the Windy River map. Now this is a great one because it has everything. There's a Dramatic Valley map, which I'll show you in a second, which only has like 4 provinces. But here is the new and improved waterway maps. This is actually really cool. I like the natural, geography of everything here. So this is
Okay, wait. Before I'm gonna let man them speak. You get me? I'm gonna let the man them speak. You feel me? But for me, when I first like looked at it and like first like talked about the map and whatnot, I was basically saying that like I was wondering where the river would go. Now you can see like the river is like all around the borders and that. I wonder, maybe I should try and find myself like I should try and find the what's that word called? I should try and find the actual map and whatnot, so then we could take a look at it that way. Wait one sec. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try and find a map. Um, yeah, I'm gonna try and find a map. Give me a moment here. I'm gonna try and find a map, and then maybe see if it gives me a better idea of what we're like looking at and whatnot, so that we can proper see it. Um, can I find it? Is it gonna show me the new map here? Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll just do that in my new series. Yeah, I'll do that in my new series. And like I said, like there's a lot of things that's gonna go on and like in the new year for me as YEG Guna. Um, and we're gonna start all over again with Manor Lords with that playthrough. Anyways, let's get back into
is
it.
one. We got new region names, and we'll go over some of this stuff in a bit. So that was the Winding River. There's High Peaks and Germanic Valley. Germanic Valley is the original map. So High Peaks is a really interesting one. If you're looking for a smaller gameplay with less regions, less things going on, I actually think that this map is going to be favorable to people who have lower PC specs because you don't have as much going on. But you can see here you have 4 regions, and you will start wherever you do. So this is a very small map.
See, we don't have that problem. Okay. Now, I was actually in bed watching this video, and this is where I stopped off. So I stopped off over here because like, yo, I might as well react to everything. So everything from here, I don't know, but I saw this map, and I think for a let's play, like me let's playing the game, I think this is perfect. This is a perfect map. So then everything gets close and quartered, right? And then game from start to finish is easy for a first playthrough, and there's gonna I just from looking at it, I think there's gonna be a lot more combat going on in the let's play as well because it's small. So if bandits come, there's only gonna be a couple of places they can go, and I can always contest that, always contest it. But let's continue.
Because of the way everything is done, that would look really, really neat, especially with the mountains in the background. Because if we go into visit mode, you can see it is pretty crazy. You
Wait,
are
wait,
in
wait, 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 wait. Let's sign out. Like we go back here, like if you look, you can see right here. There's what's that word for it? There's like a slope. It's like a hill right here, right? Unless I'm just like, tripping out. It's like slopey. You feel me? So if you do what I do and use like the pits to like measure stuff, I'm thinking around these areas. I gotta do a whole bunch of research around these areas. Like you won't be able to do that as cleanly because of the way it's sloping. Let's continue.
Ground, because if we go into visit mode, you can see it is pretty crazy. You are in this massive little mountain valley. I think that this is going to be an aesthetically pleasing place for a lot of
That's
people to do let's plays.
Borderland.
All right,
That
and now
is
it's time to get
Borderland.
into the bulk of the changes, which are massive. Okay, massive. So marketplaces completely different. There's a lot of languages here. I'm gonna break it down for you. You are now capped by how much you can store, by how
The marketplace for me, okay? The marketplace for me, before he gets into the changes, the marketplace for me is probably one of the most confusing things about Manor Lords. And the reason I say it's one of the most confusing is because, like, the marketplace isn't West Edmonton Mall. It isn't Piccadilly Circus, right? It isn't what is it called? And it isn't the Strip in Vegas. You don't go there to buy things. You go there to pick up things, right? It's not a goodwill, but it's basically, oh, we're all in a village. We all work. This is, oh, I've finished making the bread. There you go. This is bread. It's for you. It's not like you're not paying for it. So like, unless they are paying for it, I don't know. But it's confusing because in my head, when an order is done, the person that's finished the order be like, "Your order's done," and everyone should go and collect. But then some people won't be collecting, and it's kind of glitchy. You get me? But I'll let it conclude.
how many workers you have in your granary. So if you want to put 100 apples, even though you need 50, according to this changelog version, that's how it's done now. So no longer will you be bottlenecked by having the exact amount. Food stalls, fabric stalls are merged into one stall called the generic goods stall. Now keep in mind, you are going to be able to, in this new version, tell stalls what they stock. So you can have granary workers, storehouse workers, all of that confined to one good, which means you'll be able to separate out your industries. They don't have to all be in the same places. We're gonna go down the line and just talk about what all these things mean. So only the storage building workers can set up market stalls now. This was hugely confusing. So this is what I was getting into as well, is you will now need to set up to make sure all of your goods are being kept at the right quantities. Now, this actually might require a little bit more micromanage than before, and perhaps not if as long as you are okay with just spamming a bunch of warehouse workers and not discerning what they're storing. So yes, no longer will the gravedigger have a food stall selling questionable good. Only storage buildings supply the stalls and the inventories that they peddle. The
Okay, it's talking a lot about the storage and how things are put in place. Um, yeah, man. This is gonna require me experimenting for me to properly understand. Because what I'm understanding from this is that basically the people, so granary storage workers, they're the ones that set up the stalls, and so they're moving things, and obviously it's not one person, it's a family that's put in there. So like, let's say for example, early game you only have firewood in your storehouse, firewood, lumber in your storehouse, right? You don't need to sell lumber, but you need to provide firewood to everybody in the village, right? So you have your workers in the storehouse picking up the firewood, then they're putting them in the store, right? And so that's what I'm getting, or what I'm grasping from it, is that basically only the workers that are taking the stuff and putting them in the storehouse actually work in the marketplace, which does make sense because you want your hunter solely hunting. You don't want your hunter to hunt, and after you finish hunting, going off and putting all the food inside the stall. You want your granary worker to do that because they're organizing everything. And I think I'm not too sure how he's talking about the advanced settings in terms of editing, how much stuff is put in, what is put in and whatnot. But that probably is going to be in the market stall versus in the granary or the storage house. Let's conclude. Let's continue. No.
The number of goods marketplaces can supply is capped by the number of stalls, which is how it's always been, and therefore the number of assigned storage buildings and families. It can now be previewed in the market panel as granary supply capacity and storehouse supply capacity. So instead of having a cap, it's called capacity, and you have the you have the capacity. You have the ability to increase that capacity now. It is not limited by how many burgers plots you have. Arcs connecting storage buildings and marketplaces are now being drawn after selecting one to each other. Marketplace supply UI will now show the number of assigned families in the storage building. Storage building families will now try to build or take over a stall as soon as they are assigned. Decrease the max stall storage space to still have the motivation for a healthy number of stalls on the market. So this is a big one. So what you're going to see now is you're going to have stalls planted throughout your region closer to where those goods are produced. Abandoned stalls no longer account for market availability. That's very, very good because that would lead to so many issues, I can guarantee you. Tune the market availability distribution so that houses reserve only as much variety as they need for the upgrade. Very, very good. All data in the marketplace supply panel is now regional, including free stall locations. After you disable allow market stalls on a storage building, workers abandon their stalls since they stop contributing to the market supply. Instead of eating from the marketplace, villagers sometimes eat straight from the granaries to reduce the marketplace supply fluctuation. This one is major.
Wait, let
I
him
think
conclude.
that's going to help a lot, a lot, a lot. It's also going to make me question how granaries should be positioned strategically in a city design, because
Okay, I said let him conclude, but before he concludes, that is so crazy because the whole time I'm thinking, is the like I understand like you have the marketplace so that people that are not close to the granary um can get the food, but like the way I've seen lots of people play, and the way I play is that I put the marketplace close to the granary, which means that the marketplace is actually redundant. It maybe filters out the food, but if you have a granary worker there, it's kind of like a Walmart, a convenience store. You go into the granary, you say, "Oh, I want." Actually, no, a H&W produce store. Go in, you say, "Oh, I want bread." There you go. I want fish. There you go. The person working in the granary, technically speaking, should be able to just hand off the food to people that come into the granary. You shouldn't need a market stall to do so. Same with the storehouse. To be honest, it's it's a Home Depot. You get me? I personally think that the way that the update is sounding to me is that the market stalls are distributed to far off places where they can't access the food, and people that are closer to the granaries go directly to the granaries or the storehouse to get get the food or equipment. That's what I'm getting from it. Hopefully that's the case, because this part of it, and we were talking before with the fluctuations, like talking before about like requirements to improve your burgage plots. This kind of, it flops it and it reduces your town's acceptability meter. When people that had clothing before don't have clothing anymore for some reason, it reduces it and it makes it worse. And you want it to be high enough without taxes so you can tax.
if they have the potential for that, you would want your cities. That is a good and bad thing. 14, in order for all values to always match, market supply is calculated instantly every time stall storage changes. Supply includes what workers are already transporting. 15, added extra marketplace tooltip info about available and required food variety in the region. You can now use storage filters on the marketplace to ensure some goods won't be distributed. This is what we were talking about before. We can control what is distributed in a marketplace. To reduce supply fluctuations, plots and workplaces will refuel directly from storehouses if possible. So the same thing going back to the granary. If they need firewood, they can go and get it from a storehouse now. When you allow market stall,
That's exactly what I was saying before, when I was just like if you're close to the storehouse, you're saying you don't have charcoal, but you're close to the storehouse, and the marketplace stall is abandoned or it doesn't have enough supply. Why are you waiting for the marketplace? You're like, "Oh, yo, like the marketplace stall's not open. Let me get some of that." Bro, it's right there. Like, we're in a town. Everyone knows each other. There's families. They know it's there. Just go there and get it from there. It's that simple. You feel me? Yeah, man, I'm liking these changes so far. I'm gonna go through a little bit more of the rest. But actually, you know what? We're gonna end it over here. We're gonna end it over here. If y'all want to the rest of the gist, the rest of the updates, yo, check out Tacticat or read it. Me personally, I read it, then I check out Mandem. check out Tacticat. Subscribe to Tacticat. As you can see down here, I have liked his video, and over here I am subscribed now, and with all bell notifications active. And yeah, that's how we flow. That's how we roll. We are the Manor Lord. We are trying to be the Manor Lord. Hey yo. Anyways, this is YG Guna. Back again. We're gonna have some new things coming up on the channel. And before I end off, I'm going to address this properly in my end of year review. This for me, like the YouTube thing, is just a hobby. I enjoy it. It's fun. But to all my 45 subscribers, God bless you. Thank you for subscribing. You get me. More to come next year. But thank you. It means the world to me. This is my first year of doing all of this stuff, and to have 45 people listening to me chat crap is amazing. But this is YG Guna. You know how we do, baby. Peace. Yo, that did not go as planned.